What it do, people? You know what it is, and you know what it sounds like. NBA, picking with Pop. Let's roll.
Yeah, great fire, rich famous.
When the chicken, then the money long clicking. Those who do it daily, one-on-one optimism. Coupon gray, got the fire badge lit up. Hit the band line in the air, throwing signals. When the chicken, then the money long clicking. Those who do it daily, one-on-one optimism. Coupon gray, got the fire badge lit up. Hit the band lines in the air, throwing signals.
1,000 on the table, 100,000 in the bank account. I'm trying to get rich. Who else in the building trying to break the house? What it do, people? Happy Friday, best day, blessed day. Yeah, kid, that feeling. Big ticket in the NBA today, 8 games. I like the slate. Feeling good, energy is up. Fridays is always a busy day, as I told y'all. I got Juma, then I go live at 10 p.m. Make sure you swing the block for your boy and come back around and catch the live. It's mad trending topics. But before we get to today's ticket, y'all know how we do. Y'all know how we roll. Let's get a quick recap. You know what I mean? Quick recap. Only 4 games yesterday. We went 3-1. Only loss was Utah. And in hindsight, which is 2020, we should have took the Spurs because Utah just beat them by 1. But when I looked at RotoWire, sometimes that can trick you. I'm like, oh, they missing Sloan and they missing Vessel and obviously Wembanyama. I didn't think they was going to make up the points. And honestly, Utah was winning and had the game in hand until they didn't. But we had Charlotte lock. We had Toronto lock. We went 2-0 on the locks. And we even had Orlando. Even though that wasn't a lock, I ended up putting a little light 220 on Orlando to win $200, right? I told y'all, teams, they win and then they bound to lose. Lakers wasn't covering the spread, and then they on a 6-game win streak, and you lose to the Magic at home after they lose to the Clippers the night before. And I also told y'all real quick, when teams lose to the Clippers or the Lakers, they usually follow up the next day in the next game by winning. Not all the time, but that's just a trend that I've been noticing. All right, so the grand total with things, overall, we won 16 and won 13. We 3 games above 500 now. And then as far as the locks, not from Yonkers, we are now 57 and 50. 7 games above 500. So we're just hoping to keep the, the energy and seeing the board well, momentum rolling. JaY, on the other hand, that's my competition. He went 4-0 yesterday. He had the Spurs. So I'm sure he hit his lock of the day. His total record is 118 and 111. 7 games above 500. But on the locks or the premium plays, he's 15 and 15. So you ain't win no money yet. You ain't lose no money yet. With that being said, let's get to today's NBA ticket. See if we can win some money today. First game up, we got Brooklyn Zoo at Philadelphia 76ers. We know Paul George got hurt. No Paul George. Joel Embiid is game time decision. They was giving 6. Yesterday they given 4.5, which makes me think that Joel is not going to play, which makes me think that they're not going to cover the spread. Yesterday I was leaning towards Philly, like they eventually got to win. Like I told y'all, you keep losing, you're going to win. You keep winning, you're going to lose. But Brooklyn been a good ATS team, so we ain't going to try to think it. We're just going to take Brooklyn with the 4.5. Next game up, we got Boston, best team in the NBA. Some might say at one of the worst teams in the NBA. Boston giving 16.5 to the Washington Wizards, the Washington Do-Nots. And how could you go with the Wizards? I'm not going to bet on this game. I wouldn't advise you to bet on this game. It's better games to pick out and try to choose and pick off, Vegas, if you will. But I'm going to just take Boston just for the sake of taking them. Next game up, ESPN game, which you got to watch, the nationally televised games. We got the Golden State Warriors, the best team in the West Side, giving 10 to the Pelicans. Pelicans is still riddled with injuries, still riddled with, G League players, if you will. Short, sweet, simple. We on Golden State. I don't really see no reason to step in front of them. They ball and they playing tough. Even when McCullough and Zion and Brandon Ingram might play tonight, we still got to get some rhythm. You still can't just jump into the league after having days out, games off, and you see the shirt, no days off, and just jump back in and think you're going to do what you're going to do. So we like Golden State. Next game up, this should be a good one. In fact, I think the ESPN should do like the NFL and start flexing games, even though it's early in the season, and give the fans the teams that we want to see or the better games. And I think this will be a better game. You got Indiana 6-9 at the Bucks 6-9. Bucks giving 5.5. And Indiana kind of fake been having the Bucks number. Giannis last year, I think he put up like a 60 piece or 63, some crazy Bill Russell shit, right? And they end up taking the ball, and it was, some shit over the balls and all that. Indiana put up a lot of points against them. I think they got like 2 injuries still. Napalm and Napier, whatever. They hurt, but with all that said, we went with the Bucks. We've been riding with the Bucks, and they've been showing signs of life. But today's game, I do think the Bucks will win. I don't think they cover the 5.5. We're gonna take Indiana. Next game up, we got Atlanta out on the road at Chicago. Chicago's the underdog by 1. And I'm sitting there scratching my head saying, damn, are they trying to bait us to take Chicago? Because that's what it seems like they're trying to do. I mean, it's ain't no real value when you look at the money line. What's Chicago money line? It's 105. It really could be a pick'em, but if you ask me, it really should be Chicago -2. Chicago really should be like -1.5, 2. They both trash teams, if you ask me. And we did see this game play out already. Chicago at the Hawks. They beat the Hawks. So this is a revenge game for the Hawks. Hawks just coming off how many games on the road? 1, 2, 3. It's going to be their 4th game on the road. I like Chicago. I don't know why the spread is like that. If they duping us, then they duping us. I do think today is going to be a favorites day, meaning like the majority of the favorites is probably going to win. We'll get to the locks and all that later. Next game up, we got the Portland Trail Blazers out on the road getting 12.5 from Houston Rockets. Rockets, we have a problem. And Rockets been playing good. Obviously, they're a great ATS team, especially at home. We've been riding with them. We've been winning money with them as far as the early NBA season. I could put up a few receipts where I put a couple dollars on Houston. I like Houston. The spread was 11.5. If you caught it last night, like I did, yes, it is a lock, but we're going to get to that. I caught it with 11.5. I jumped on it. Hopefully, it's a good pick. Now it's 12.5. I won't be surprised if it goes up to 13.5. But we like the Rockets. We don't do like the other show. We're going to tell you who we like and who we think we can win money on. Next game, ESPN, we got the Dallas Mavericks getting 4 from the Denver Nuggets. Nuggets been showing some signs of life. Joker might come back tonight. In fact, in their last, Joker, they beat since they last lost, going all the way back to the first, which was Minnesota, team that they lost to in the semifinals last year. They beat the Jazz, beat Raptors, they beat OKC, which I didn't think they was. They beat the Heat, they beat the Mavericks, so this is a revenge game for the Mavericks. They beat them by 2 though. Matter of fact, who played in that game? Joker did play. He had 37. Murray had 18. Porter had 17. What about Luka played 24. Thompson 10. And Kyrie had 43. Dinwiddie, no Grimes, no Goff played. Lively didn't play. He's back now. They lost to the Pelicans, which was crazy. Lost to the Grizzlies, and then they beat the Grizzlies. So they was on a 3-game road trip. Now they back home. I like Dallas. I know Luka's not playing, but I think they got enough big bodies to bang with the Joker. Plus Kyrie, you got Clay, you got, Hardy off the bench. quick revenge game. I wouldn't be surprised if Denver win again, especially if the Joker played. But again, you was out. Now you just coming back. I get it. You was the 2-time reigning MVP. But just to come back and now run with the big dogs, it's kind of hard to do that. He might still drop 20 and 15, but that's light work for him. But I like Dallas. Last game of the night, Sacramento Kings out on the road at the LA Clippers. LA, big city of dreams. I like Sacramento. We've seen this game play out already. Sacramento lost at home to the Clippers on the 8th. They lost by 9. Norman Powell had 31 in that game. He went berserko. He's not playing tonight. And I think that gives the slight edge. I know I said that the other night with Orlando, and I'm like, oh, they don't got a chance, Orlando. But then I end up switching to the Clippers, and we won. Now I put $800 on the Clippers. I won't be doing that tonight. Now I think it catches up to them. This is the second game. This is a lock right here. I like Sacramento. The odds, people is on they on the Clippers 57% with the 3 and money line 45%. Real quick before we get to the locks, how many did I write down for y'all? It's gonna be a little spooky today. Gonna be a little spooky. It's 8 games. We gonna give out 4, man. We're gonna give out 4 locks. We're gonna give out 4 locks. All right, let's get the theme music going. Let's get the theme music.
Yeah. Great fire. Rich famous.
Winner, chicken dinner, money line clicking. Those who do it daily, 101 popovism. Cooper Gray got the fire badge lit up. Hit the band line in the air, throwing
signals. All right, here go the locks. Not from Yonkers, but the locks to get you and me the winner chicken dinners. It's 8 games. I think we could go 50% today and give out 4 winners. We going with Sacramento. We going with Houston. We going with Dallas. And we are going with the Indiana Pacers. 4-pick, $100 on that is $13.28. Not bad. You know what I mean? Let me know who y'all like. Let me know who you taking. Let me know your parlays. If you do parlay what I gave you, separate the game so that you can win. But y'all know who it is. It's your guy, Popovich. Y'all was just tuned in. Popovich TV, NBA, picking with Pop. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic. That feeling back up in here one more again. Yeah, kid.